Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today in this video I am going to share you my interview experience of Rakuten and its complete hiring procedure. There are still a lot of openings at Rakuten, so you should definitely check out the link that I will leave in the description after watching this video. Starting off, let me introduce myself. My name is Shashi Ranjan. I am a final year undergraduate student from IIT Kharagpur, enrolled in its dual degree course, that is BTech plus MTech. Recently, Rakuten visited our campus to hire graduating students for the role of software engineer and backend engineer in the first phase of placement. And I am very glad to tell you that I have been selected as a software engineer for Rakuten's MNO business situated in Japan. So today in this video I am going to share all about it. The process was divided into 3 stages, or you can say 3 rounds. The first round was a coding test round, the second one was a CV screening round, and the third and final round was the interview round. Each round was an elimination round, so you need to qualify one round to move to the next. The whole process took around a month to complete. One important point before moving forward. At the end of discussing each round, I will share you some crucial tips that will be super important for you if you are planning to apply for this company. So make sure you don't skip and miss any part of this video. The first round was a coding test round that was held on an online coding platform. There were no CGPA or department criteria for this round. Everyone who applied for this company was allowed to take the test. In the test there were 2 programming questions that needs to be solved in 45 minutes time, so around 20-22 minutes for each question. Everyone has a different set of questions. The first question that I got was related to graph data structure, and the second one was from dynamic programming. For the level of question, I would say that first one that was from graph was a medium level question, and one other one from dynamic programming was a kind of mid between medium to hard level. It has a twisted logic. The languages available to solve these questions were C, C++, Java and Python, these 4 languages. For each question there were 15 test cases. You need to solve both the questions completely to qualify this round. First point is always dry run your code on pen and paper before actually running it. It really helps to find the minor faults that are extremely hard to find quickly by looking at the error log. This way you can save a lot of time in coding tests, and as most of the coding tests are really tight on timing, so make it a habit. It will really benefit you. The second point is make sure you are handling the constraints well before the final run, because many times few test cases do not pass and we left wandering in the logic and wasting our valuable time, although the problem arises just due to the corner cases that we forgot to take care of. The second round was a CV screening round. This is an internal round where you cannot do anything after applying for a company or submitting your CV. Here in the case of Rakuten, what I think they are looking at is the relevancy of your CV with the profile. You need to have some key points that matches with the job requirement. And apart from that, they seems more focused on your past achievements, the actual work that you have done in your internships, projects and position of responsibilities, rather than other factors like CGPA and your department. So even if you are from a non-circuit branch but have the right skills, you are welcomed. Don't take your CV making process casually, like many people usually do when they are applying for the first time. So spend a good amount of time in making your CV, because many times your CV needs to speak for you. The second point is represent your work in best possible words and sentences, but never lie, as they are very quick to catch. So be honest and make appealing sentences. The third and final round consists of two interviews. The first interview was a technical interview and the second one was an HR interview. This interview was taken by a Japanese guy over Zoom call. The interview started with all-time famous question, that is, tell me about yourself. And after the introduction part, he quickly moved to ask questions related to my CV. He asked me around 10 questions related to my CV. Started by explaining the project that I did during my internships, how and why I used this technology, what are my learnings from this project, etc. etc. They are basically general CV related questions. Next, he gave me two programming problems, one after other, and gave me few minutes to think about the solution approach. The first question was related to strings and the second was from binary search tree. In both the question, he did not reveal some boundary conditions and information while explaining the problem. Actually, I was supposed to ask this informations and I did the same. The approach I presented to solve the first question seems good enough to him, but in the second question, he was not so happy with the solution and told me to optimize it further. Then I thought for some more time and came up with a better approach for second question, and he was then satisfied with it. Although in both the questions he did not tell me to write the code but asked me about the complete implementation in detail. In the meantime, while explaining, he was also interrupting and asking cross questions as well. Till this point, around 45 minutes had passed since the start of interview. And after the programming questions, he asked me two puzzles. The first problem was easy for me as I had seen a similar problem somewhere earlier during my preparations. So I solved that quickly and he seems very happy with that. The second puzzle was really a trickier one. It took me around 10 minute time to arrive to the correct solution, but he was satisfied with the approach I took. So this is how the first round ends, and at the end of the interview he did not show me any sign that whether I passed or failed. But later, after a few hours, I got message saying you have qualified the first round, be ready for the second round. I was happy and a bit nervous as well for the HR round interview. This round was also taken by a Japanese guy over Zoom call. It also started with the introduction part. Then he asked me around 6-7 general HR questions like tell me about your short term and long term goals, how did you handle pressure, why you want to join this company, etc. etc. Basically, he was just testing the communication and interpersonal skills of the candidate. Lastly, he talked about the work culture of the company and some information related to salary. Then this was a short interview and only lasted around 35 minutes. The key takeaways I want to give you guys are: firstly, as I said earlier, be honest with your CV because it's very easy for them to catch you. Just write whatever work you have done, no matter how big or small it is. The second point is practice for interviews. It is very important, like really important, whether with your friend or in front of mirror. It really pumps the confidence level and help a lot during the actual interview. The third point is prepare questions on your based on your CV that can possibly be asked in the interview. In this way, you can give the best answer to at least possible floating questions that can be asked in the actual interview. The last point is do some research about the company, especially when you are sitting for an HR interview. Even if some of your answers are not so good, you can still leave a good impression on the interviewers by showing that you really know about the company and you are excited about it. Bonus point: don't hesitate to ask questions because many times interviewers intentionally leave some information while explaining a problem and you are supposed to ask for it, like in my case. Guys, I hope you like this video, and if you do, make sure you smash that like button and big fat subscribe button below. and comment whatever you want. Comment section is all yours. Thank you. Bye bye.